We are back on Morning Line. Our guest is Allison Fields, veterinarian. There she is, 737-7587. Call us. We've got some lines open if you want to ask a question to the vet. Anything going on with your pets or a friend's pet. Let's go to Ann. Ann, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Ann.
I hope I say this right. I have a little nephew who has, for years, had what I think I'm saying right, has molluscums. And he's never had problems with them until in August, this little chihuahua had puppies, and one of her nipples got infected with staph. 6 weeks later, one of his molluscums got infected, tunneled to another one, and both of them developed staph. Since then, and this is the 1st of February, repetitively, these little things have popped up, and he's had to go in and have them drained. They have repetitively kept him on antibiotics that have not cleared these up, and told her they could not be related back to this chihuahua. She has never until last week been sent to a dermatologist or an infectious disease control. They've yet to make any connection to this puppy. Could this be cross-contamination? I know sometimes what an animal gets, a human cannot, and vice versa. But it's just too much of a coincidence that this little boy never had any problem with this until the puppy got this.
Wow, that's interesting.
Well,
yeah.
I'm never going to say that nothing's possible. It's, that it's impossible. But every body, every person, every dog, every bear, every elephant has staph on their skin. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't think I do.
Everybody has staph.
You say so.
It's part of our normal bacteria that I know, I'm going to freak you out, Mr. OCD. We also have mites.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Do we have parasites?
Those are mites.
Oh.
Shoot, yeah.
Shoot, really?
It's crawling on your skin. Yeah, but your immune system keeps them under control.
Okay.
So we have all of this stuff. We have staph. We have all kinds of bacteria. If you walk to a Petri dish right now and put your hand on it and figure out how many different bacteria grow, we carry all of this on us all the time.
Okay.
And so typically when our immune system is not working up to par, these things can kind of show themselves.
Sure.
And so is it possible that the puppy gave something to your nephew? Sure. Do I think that's what happened? No. I think it's a coincidence. And I think that something's going on with your nephew, that he's having his immune system is not up to par, which is allowing these other things to happen. Now, could it be that he's allergic to the dog and his immune system is not great? Sure, that would explain the coincidence of having the dog and all
Maybe
of this.
that weakened, but they already had the dog and it wasn't a problem.
Right.
And the puppies came with the staph.
I
know.
I'm not going to say it's absolutely not possible, but I think that there's probably something else going on with your nephew that's allowing these things to pop up.
And I don't blame her for thinking that.
Absolutely.
When you have a coincidence, I think that's very interesting.
I think that you have to look into it.
But all you can do is ask the doctors and then treat what the child has.
Right.
It's going to be treated one way or the other, wherever it came
right.
from. Can you talk about what type of ailments, specifically, I guess, from dogs, can go to humans? We've talked about that before. Same thing maybe with cats. I don't know. But what are the things that you can get?
The biggest thing are parasites.
Okay.
And typically it's children that get these. I mean, obviously, just because a dog has roundworms and people can get roundworms, usually adults don't get roundworms because we wash our hands after we might have put our hand in dog poop. Or, small children are out playing in the yard, they fall down, their hand goes in dog poop, they didn't realize it, they brush their hands off, they finish playing, they come inside and they have lunch.
They have a cookie, yeah.
And so they may have something on their hands and have picked up like a larvae from an intestinal parasite and then eat it. And the unfortunate part about children or humans being infected with these parasites is that we're not the normal host. And so when a parasite is in its normal host, it does specific things. Stays in the GI tract, grows up, attaches itself to the wall. eats groceries, has babies. When it's not in its normal host, we call it an aberrant host, it doesn't do the same things, and it starts trying to find its host, and it'll burrow its way out of the intestines, and a lot of times, for whatever reason, they find themselves in the optic nerve in the eye and can cause blindness. So in a lot of third world countries, you see children that are blind and have problems in their eyes because they've gotten parasites, and it's not the natural host, and so these parasites are like, ah, where am I? And they're trying to find their way out, and there they go.
Okay.
So there's lots of things we can do to prevent this. I mean, obviously hand washing. How hard is that?
And once you get it, then you can kill them too by poisoning.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Correct. Not poisoning them, treating them with dewormer.
Dewormer.
We don't want to poison anybody.
Well, doesn't dewormer? Isn't that what dewormer does?
Well, yes, but that scares people when you say poison.
I have no problem poisoning any parasite in my body. I'll do it. Sign it up.
Anyway, that is something. But the other thing is that most of your dogs that are on heartworm prevention, almost probably 90% of the, well, maybe not 90%, but 75% of the heartworm prevention that's out there also prevents intestinal parasites. So it's hugely important for your dog to be on heartworm prevention for your dog's sake, for your children's, your grandchildren's, your nieces, your nephews, your neighbor kids, you know, your best friend's grandchild that comes over, whatever. It's very important for your dog to be on heartworm prevention to protect the dog from diseases, but also to protect the children from diseases. So, you know, and a lot of people will be like, oh, well, it's wintertime, I don't want to use my heartworm prevention. Don't stop, because parasites, they don't care what season it is. They've been around for millions of years. Their job is to continue to last. I'm starting to see what I think is a little bit of resistance to dewormers to a couple of different parasites.
So they're evolving.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they've been around for millions of years. I mean, we've had parasites for as long as we've had any animal, and so you think dinosaurs and, you know, all of this. Yeah, they evolve very well, and they're very good at what they do. So it's important that we keep them under control, and the easiest way for dogs is to do a heartworm prevention that also has intestinal parasite control. So your HeartGuard Plus, your Interceptor, your Sentinel, your Advantage Multi, Trifexis, Iverheart Plus. I mean, there's so many different products. Just make sure that it's not just heartworm prevention, it's heartworm and everything else.
Gotcha. All right. The number is 737-7587 if you want to call in, join in the conversation. I wanted to ask you about some of the treats. A lot of dogs love peanut butter, right?
Sure.
And, you know, you get those Kongs sometimes, you put it on there, or, you know, it's a healthy snack. But there have been some reports about some additives in certain peanut butter. So how do you know what's safe and what's not?
Well, it's not only peanut butter. It's sugar-free gum. So
now you said, but we all know don't give your dog sugar-free gum, right? But we give our dogs peanut butter.
Well, right, but why don't we give our dogs sugar-free gum?
They wouldn't chew it, they'd swallow it, and then that gum, like the gum I've swallowed in the past, would sit in your stomach for the rest of your life.
No.
Could a dog blow bubbles?
No.
Do you think? Have you ever seen a dog that blows like bubble gum bubbles?
Negative. So xylitol.
Yeah, right. You've said that. You told me about that before.
Artificial sweetener that can kill a dog.
Okay.
It's in sugar-free gum. It's in candies. It's now appearing in peanut butter.
Why are they adding xylitol?
Because it's a sweetener, and they don't want to add sugar because all these people are freaked out about sugar.
I would much rather have sugar than xylitol.
I would too, but you know.
Okay, so what do you suggest then when you buy peanut butter that you
I personally would suggest that you don't buy sugar-free peanut butter unless you buy like the all-natural stuff that, you know, and read your ingredients. You know, read your ingredients. If you're a person that treats their dog with peanut butter or gives medication with peanut butter, you need to just be reading the ingredients. And if it's like sugar-free,
then
pay attention.
I see what you're saying. So they're adding, to the sugar-free peanut butter, they're adding xylitol as a sweetener.
Right.
Whereas if you just buy the regular, I guess, natural peanut butter that's not sugar-free, it's going to be okay.
Supposedly. Read the back. I mean, like anything, read your label.
And again, you do not want to give pets crunchy peanut butter, only smooth.
Why?
I don't know. I was just asking.
No.
Doesn't matter. Crunchy's okay?
Yeah, crunchy's fine.
Okay, I was just double checking.
Yeah, crunchy's fine.
So, and peanut butter is, what about other type butters? I mean, almond butter, cashew butters. No, I mean, minus xylitol. Is there any other issue with nuts for certain dogs?
Yes.
Peanuts are okay?
Peanuts are okay. I'm feeling like almonds and cashews aren't the best but I can't remember why.
Higher fat content,
No,
maybe? Hard to digest?
it doesn't have anything to do with the fat. It has to do with something in it that I don't think they can metabolize.
Okay.
I know macadamia nuts are very bad.
Oh, really?
But I can't really remember the whole almonds, cashews thing. And let's refresh everybody. Onions, garlic, grapes, raisins, chocolate. No, no, none of that. All of that can be very bad.
On that note, we'll take a break. We'll be back with more of your calls and questions. Our final segment with Allison Fields. Some lines open, 737-7587 if you want to call in. Back right after this. Come on,